Welcome to the Know, I'm Ashley. Could you possibly soon have another gaming currency to hunt on Xbox Live in addition to achievements? Well, it sounds like that actually might be the case according to Microsoft. Talking to Windows Central, Xbox corporate VP Mike Gaar revealed the company is looking to bring some pretty big changes to how achievements work on the platform with a brand new system to complement your gamer score. They did try this before, remember there were TV achievements? But hopefully this will go a little bit better. For Ibarra, this change is coming because some gamers play very few games, but that's not necessarily a reflection of their skill. If, for example, you are a top-tier Halo player, achievements don't really tell that story. He said, "We're working towards a bigger, more meaningful change about somebody's gaming accomplishments in history as a gamer on Xbox. We're going to go big in the area of letting people show off and represent their gaming history and the type of gamer that they are, far more than we do with Gamerscore." So, hey, get ready to compare your EPs all over again, everyone. Just so you know, mine's the biggest. Heads up, Sonic fans, we've got some double bad news for you about Sega's Hedgehog throwback, Sonic Mania. The game isn't supposed to be out until next week, but it's already made its way into the hands of some gamers via broken street date. Yes, Sonic Mania street date has seemingly been broken by Amazon, who shipped out some early copies. The Super Sonic Zone reports that so far, at least 2 gamers have claimed to receive their units ahead of schedule, one on Xbox One, one on Nintendo Switch, which likely means more could very well be on the way. Now, while Xbox One and PS4 do actually feature locks that keep content from being played ahead of schedule, so the person who got the Xbox One copy is a little bit boned, apparently that's not the case with the Switch because the game is totally playable on Nintendo's console. So, if you're keeping your eye out for spoilers or something and you don't want to see too much of the game, maybe this is a good time to take a vacation from the internet for a couple days. And if you were planning on playing the game on PC, well, that's the other bad news. The PC version just got hit with a last-minute delay. Sega announced that news this morning, stating that the PC port won't be hitting until August 29th, which is pretty significant for fans who thought they were just about to have it. Now, the actual release date for everyone else is still next week, August 15th. Sorry, PC guys. Rumors have long been swirling that in addition to the upcoming Shenmue 3, we might also be getting treated to the official next generation remasters, or current generation remasters, I guess, of Shenmue 1 and 2, and now it seems like those rumors have been confirmed. Sega Executive Vice President John Clark talked about Shenmue remasters in an interview with MCV and told the outlet that they're actively pursuing them. Clark said, "I think we want it to happen as much as anybody out there. Yes, it's a serious task, and it's not a task that we're not working on, if that makes sense. It's something we're actively pursuing." So they're not working on it. It's okay, that's kind of weird, but it's the closest thing we have to an official announcement so far, so we'll take it. It's been a while since we've heard about the Switch port of Stardew Valley. Come on, guys! But the game is surfacing out of the shadows once again. Developer Chucklefish teased the Switch version of the game this week on Twitter, just tweeting out a picture of the game running on Switch with the words, "This is fun. I bet it really is." It also was running at 60 frames per second, if you're wondering. That joins another brief shout out to the Switch port just a few weeks ago when the developers outlined Stardew Valley's upcoming multiplayer mode, stating that it will hit Switch on console first. Still no word on exactly when we can expect to farm, marry, get our Animal Crossings-like fix on Nintendo's platform just yet, but trust me, I'll keep you posted. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is making headlines, again, for the wrong reasons. Again, this time for yet another controversial ban. The most recent ban happens to popular PUBG streamer Destiny, whose game didn't properly load houses on the map. This allowed him to, well, rather hilariously, admittedly, mow down other players that were hiding in houses as far as they knew with a car, which then led to him being banned. Now, while exploiting a glitch is a bannable offense in a number of multiplayer games, players are pretty upset about this one because it's a little bit different. It's not Destiny's fault, they're saying, that the houses didn't load, and he didn't game the system in order to make it happen. He was just having fun with something that goofed up on its own. Now, this ban follows some other recent ones that have caused a little bit of a stir in the game's community. First, there was Dr. Disrespect from a couple weeks back, which led to not so funny threats against PlayerUnknown, and then the banning of players for stream sniping. If history is any indication, we can expect even more controversial bans in the near future, and well, I don't know, since the game is so cheap, Destiny will probably just pick up another copy anyway, and then just be playing again like that. It looks like Disney is no longer distributing Studio Ghibli films in America, at least most of them. A New York-based distributor called G-Kids now has those rights for the US, with the exception of 2 movies, The Wind Rises and Grave of the Fireflies, like the saddest movie ever. That's after 20 years of Disney distributing the movies in the US, mostly on DVD and Blu-ray, and occasionally in theaters. I saw Princess Mononoke in theaters. It was a $1 theater. It smelled terrible and was sticky, but what a great movie. Meanwhile, speaking of Studio Ghibli, it was announced recently that production has begun on Hayao Miyazaki's final, for now, full-length film, not before he retires again. The movie, whatever it is scheduled for a 2021 release, so mark your calendars. It's gonna be a long wait. It's gonna feel like a long wait. It's gonna be worth it because, oh, I love that man. Infinity War hasn't even hit theaters yet, but Marvel's already at work shooting the sequel. Directors Joe and Anthony Russo announced Thursday the start of filming on Avengers 4 on their official Facebook page. The post showed a picture of a gloved hand holding up 4 fingers with the caption, "Beginning of the End." Cheeky. Production wrapped earlier this year on Infinity War, and a trailer for the movie apparently blew everyone away at San Diego Comic-Con. We'd love it to blow all of us who weren't at Comic-Con away too, Marvel. Just saying, we'll watch it anytime you want to drop it. Anthony Russo has said that Infinity War and Avengers 4, whatever they're gonna end up calling that, will be a culmination of everything that's happened in the Marvel Cinematic Universe since the first Iron Man movie, and could also be the start of new storylines. Still have to wait for a little bit though. Infinity War doesn't hit theaters till May 4th of next year, and then we have that long wait to the next one. Did HBO try and bargain with hackers? No, you never do that. That's the rule. It's like the golden rule. It's the only rule. After the cyber thieves stole scripts, shows, and employee information from HBO, it seems like the network may have tried to pay them off just a little bit. Both Variety and The Hollywood Reporter say they got an email from the hackers, which included a message from HBO offering to give them a $250,000 bug bounty. An HBO executive reportedly wrote to the hackers, "As a show of good faith on our side, we're willing to commit to making a bug bounty payment of $250,000 to you as soon as we can establish the necessary account and acquire Bitcoin." HBO isn't commenting on the email that was sent to the media, but Variety said they confirmed the email is real. No word if HBO actually meant to pay up or if it was just some kind of honeypot, but pretty rare to see a corporation actually offering to pay off hackers. It's not a great precedent, HBO. Your viewing numbers were just fine on the latest episode of Game of Thrones, even if it did leak early. I don't think you need to worry, just don't set that precedent, or it'll get so much worse for everyone. Did we just discover a bunch of new Earth-like planets so that when hackers destroy this one we have somewhere to go? Possibly. An international team of astronomers say they've found 4 Earth-sized planets orbiting the star Tau Ceti, which is 12 light years away and is similar to our own sun. And 2 of the planets are in the all-important habitable zone, well, the Goldilocks zone, which means they could theoretically support water, that's liquid water specifically, or potentially ice, and we just heat it up, I guess. I don't know. The liquid water is important because not a lot grows in ice, but it's still there. That's the important thing. The same team also discovered Tau Ceti 4 years ago, so who knows? Maybe this is Earth too. The government is warning us to be careful around those fidget spinners. This is the news of our age. While they may seem like a whole bunch of fun, the Consumer Product Safety Commission says they should actually be kept away from children under 3. The commission's chief says the spinners can break into small pieces that can be a choking hazard, and children should not put fidget spinners in their mouths. Oh, and if you have a battery-operated one, first of all, why? Second of all, don't leave it unattended while charging, don't charge it overnight, and use the cable that came with it, not just some random other cable. And that's because, well, we've already had reports of fidget spinners catching fire. So yeah, be careful out there with your fad toys, guys. They're not worth anyone's life, especially because, I don't know, I'll be on landfills in a few more weeks, and then in a couple of, I don't know, centuries, people are gonna come along, try and study the culture that was and be like, what the shit was this? And then they're gonna think poorly of all of us. Anyway, that's the news we have for you guys today. Let us know what you think of all of these stories in the comments down below. To make sure you get news from every corner of the internet every day, like this video. If you're new around here, subscribe to The Know. Unless you really like fidget spinners, we make fun of them a lot. It turns out, by the way, found this out, if you have the name fidget spinner in your YouTube video title, the buffering icon, yeah, it's a fidget spinner. Anthony Russo said that Infinity War and Avengers 4, what? That's off topic for you. Oh my God.